Okay, so today is November 25th of 2024, and I'm just going to be going over real quick the outlook as well as the outlook. But real quick, so Friday's price action was kind of interesting. Well, not interesting, more like it was very annoying. There was no continuation to either side, even though it did take out some previous day high. I mean, some highs and lows. Um, but this is all it was. After it took out this low here, it came up to take these. Well, it reversed. Didn't even take out this high. So whomever was long here probably got stopped after it came back down here. So it was pretty. Yeah. Again, it was pretty annoying on that day. Um, and so I did have a red day. Well, not red day. Yeah, actually, I did have a red day. I had a red day. So I did not like that. Mainly because again, I think I think I think I had three trades. Uh, the two trades were impulsive, and the third one was there. Or I think all three of them were just not were just ill advised. They had the setup there, the correct logic, but they just did not have any follow through. So I closed it. I closed it for the day, but I did come back for the afternoon session. So for the afternoon session, I did come back. Uh, there was SMT, which was one of the first dominoes that I was looking for, and that was right here for the afternoon session. So for the afternoon session, I came back. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so for the afternoon session, my drawn liquidity were the highs, right? And I came back in the afternoon session and I started looking for SMT at the on the 4 hour. There was nothing in the morning session, but it did sweep these lows here, this low here, and this low here. So that's first stage SMT. Second stage SMT to me was after ES swept this low here and NQ failed to sweep this low here. Once that once I saw that, I began looking for an entry for continuation. I think it was the 1400 macro, which is right here. Actually, the 1300 macro. Yeah, my bad. So the 1300 macro, where price did not sweep this, where price swept this low here, did not sweep this low here. We held at a uh, damn, what is it? At an imbalance. Not only that though, but in the 15-minute, as you can see here, I used this low here from this low to this high here. On NQ, ES, same thing. And then once I saw that, along with SMT, I began looking. I began to look for a long. Um, where was it? Oh, right here. Right. Okay. So I began to look for a long. At first, we were down here at 1240, and then during the 1300 macro we were already drawing higher, so I wasn't going to get long here, right? I wasn't going to get long here because we have already taken this objective here. So I just waited for a little bit. I waited for I waited for a little bit. I saw price sweep this low here and then sweep this low here, sweep this high here, and then sweep this low here. Once it did that, I began looking for an entry. I jumped in at jumped in with a couple of shares here, a couple of contracts here, and covered into this high here. I did hold on to one, but then I realized price was likely not to go because ultimately this was my objective. But price obviously did not draw up to those highs, and then I ended up getting stopped out. I think it was here because I didn't want to see price completely close this gap here, because this right here, this right here is what was stopping me. What actually kind of gave me indication as to whether price would continue to draw higher or lower. And so we closed this gap, and I ended up getting stopped out there. So red day, came back in the afternoon session, made back about half a bit, and then I still obviously still the day red. So today and this week, I'm expecting for price to continue to draw higher. I'm expecting for price to sweep the highs up here, because last week we held at this unicorn here. We held this unicorn here, and we closed above this gap here, turning this into an inverse here. Here we actually, I think we closed above it. This is only up to the 1400 macro. After my last trade of the day, I just closed the account, and I haven't loaded data since. So, but I still did a weekly outlook without that data. So again, I am expecting price to draw higher. Um, on both. Okay, I want to see price hold at this inverse. That doesn't mean it can't sweep through it. It can't draw through it. But what I am watching is the previous day low. I am watching this low here. Same thing here. I am watching this low here on NQ. I am watching this candle here. This right here is an inside candle. We got an inside candle. Whenever price has an inside candle, it's likely to have a pretty big day the next day. Sort of like this one right here. Inside candle, price draws higher to these highs here. So that's what I'm looking for here. Inside candle, and I want to see price start to close above this imbalance here, as well as this imbalance here. So let's go ahead and connect the data and see where we're standing. And let's start with the monthly, actually. I mean the weekly. So the goal for today is I want to see price sweep some sort of sell side. I would like to see price sweep previous day low for say Friday's low to see price sweep sell side liquidity, and then I want to see the draw higher. Wow, that's a big gap. Jeez. Okay. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're going to do this. There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty big gap. So we just drew into this new week opening gap here. Right. So we just drew into this new week opening gap here. We already took the objective of the week. We already took this objective. Again, that inside candle is telling me that price is drawing higher. So I would like to see a sweep at the lows. And where is it? Right here. Or is it this here? It's one of these lows here where price did not close that gap, because I do believe. Oh, here it is. Is it over here? Yep, right here. Because I do believe that eventually these lows get ran, right? So I'm gonna remain with my bullish bias. Expect price to draw towards these highs this week, and I do expect price to continue drawing higher towards the end of the year. So I'm just gonna continue to assume that that's the case. All right. So as you can see here, the weekly is actually up here. So we have 78. So about a 50 point. Yep. About a 50 point gap. This one is about a 5 point gap, I'm assuming. Yep, about five. No, 15 point gap. Wow, that's a pretty big gap. This would be the next drawn liquidity for me, and these are relative equal highs. Since we just took this gap right here, next drawn liquidity would be this high. We already took that objective. Next drawn liquidity would be this high up here. But I want to see how price trades through this right here. Again, I am watching this gap here. We do have uh, consequent. I mean, yeah, consequent encroachment of that gap. We do have it um, right here along with this gap here. here. Damn, we took already a couple of previous day highs. Okay. All right, so yeah, there's no way I'm trading up here. What I want to see is I want to see price come down to these lows down here so I could get long. So I will be watching to see maybe some sort of reversal up here. That doesn't mean I'm going to trade it. If I do end up taking it, it'll be on the 1 minute or maybe the 30 second. I haven't traded 30 second in not years, weeks actually. But nah, never mind. I'm not going to do that. First thing I want to see is I want to see price come down to these lows down here, maybe close a little bit of this gap. If it doesn't close, then I don't expect it. Uh, wait, December. No, the contract hasn't started yet. No, so we're still good. Okay, so yeah, so new week opening gap. I am expecting to see something here. There's no structure right now for me. There really isn't. If you were long down here, then good for you. Inside candle, draw higher, gaps up higher. So I do expect price to continue drawing higher here. But aside from that, there's really no structure for me today at these highs. This move reminds me of this right here. As you can see, price displaced higher, or yeah, displaced higher, came back down to sweep these lows here, whereas here it did not sweep this low here and then it drew higher, but here, as you can see, displaced higher, came down, swept this low, and then drew higher into 50% of the range at least. So I'm not looking to trade up here. If I do, it'll probably just be a reversal. I'm not looking to trade long up here. Uh, So what I am looking for is I'm looking for something like this. Draw higher, come down, sweep this lows, and then continue to draw higher. Same thing here. Draw higher, sweep this low, into this gap maybe, and then the continuation higher continues. Same thing here. So I want to see some sort of SMT down here. There is SMT at the highs right now where ES and NQ, where ES is sweeping this high here. There is a lot of liquidity up here. I don't think today we sweep this high, so I am looking for some sort of reversal up here. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to trade because obviously this is where the shorts got in to tackle this short here. So there is going to be a lot of liquidity here. Same thing here. This is where a lot of the shorts got in, but obviously since there is SMT, I don't suspect that we uh, uh, we get that draw lower. This right here, this back and forth is a balanced price range. So uh, I do think we still sweep these highs here, but how many highs we sweep, I don't know yet. I will be watching this breaker block here, right here. So I will be watching this right here to see if maybe we sweep that high or not. Yeah, so no trade today. Yeah, nothing yet. So maybe this order block right here, this right here to me is a propulsion block. Actually, technically speaking, is this one right here. This one along with this one. So you can see this one did not trade into any of that. So let's keep an eye on this one. Yeah. But again, I'm not looking to get long or yeah, I'm not looking to get long. I am watching this gap right here, the daily gap. Um, let's take a look at the hourly once again. We do have this gap, but I'm not gonna set that up right there. All right, so let's take a look at the 15-minute. 15-minute, we have nothing really. We have no stop runs, except for maybe right here. But that's not in the 15-minute. That's more of a like a 5-minute. There is no SMT. Maybe here, since there's different time frames, but I like to follow the whole area there. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Nothing there. Yeah, nothing there. All right, so buy side here, sell side here. Relative equal lows down here. But again, no entry. I just don't like this right now. The only way I'll look to get short is if we if let's see here. Right. So again, there's a lot of liquidity up here. Um, but something tells me, or maybe there's a small part of me that thinks we might not sweep those highs. We already took out plenty of liquidity up here, right? So I do want to see how we trade here. Ideally, what I would like, this reminds me of, where is it? This looks a lot like this one, where price was drawing higher, then displaced lower. You get that short in there right there. So if I decide to get short, I want to see how price trades here. I want to see price displace lower, come back to test it, and then we get short. But if it does not do that and holds at this gap right here, then obviously we'll look to hold there. There's no SMT. Yep. All right. So again, my draw on liquidity are these highs up here, but what happens after that, I have no idea. So I'm just gonna keep an eye out for that to see how it draws in that area. That was interesting. Alright, so we are displacing lower, it seems. I do like how this right here may turn into an inverse. So let's watch here. Again, there's SMT at the highs, between this high and the other high, and this high and the previous high, where we swept, but the other one we have not done so yet. So right now I'm just watching. Pull trigger if price does displace lower, at least not until the 10 o'clock macro. I do like this play. I do not want the swing low to get swept yet. There you go. It was swept. So what I don't want to see is I don't want to see price come down here yet. I kind of want to see consolidation, then price come up here to try to sweep these highs, or not try to sweep these highs. These be the entry, and then I get short up there. We closed up here. Darn, it could have been the entry. Actually, no. There is no entry. Especially since I don't see what I like to see. I mean, since I don't see what I like to see for a trade in my for a type of trade I take. Relative equal lows. I forgot to add that right here. Relative equal lows. So I'm just gonna let it go. that one. I like NQ better. I think I'm gonna give it a shot here. Just waiting for a little higher move into that body. This body right here. Let's get it ready. 97. All right, so I'm in with one contract. Just one contract. I don't want to risk any more. And my drawn liquidity are these lows down here. I'm using this whole body right here. I don't want to see price close above here. If it wicks above it, then that's fine. But I don't want to see price start closing above this area here. I'm watching, again, I'm watching the body of this candle as well as the gap here. I don't like how that's reacting. This candle will tell me a lot because we have a quick pierce of this right here. So now I want to see how this one closes. Oof. All right, I'm gonna take it off. I just don't like that. So one contract. I'm gonna wait till the 10 o'clock macro at least, because now we have a uh, better model here. Right, we have this and this. When you're looking to short, you want to see sell side get taken first and then buy side. Once buy side gets taken, that's when you start looking for that model. So I like how we're 15 minutes away from the macro. I'm glad that I covered. Obviously, we're drawing in my direction now, but this gives me enough time to let price do its thing. And if my model shows up, or if I see an entry point, then I'll look to get short. Again, we do have buy side here up here. It would be better if buy side was not swept. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna disconnect, and I'll let price do his thing, connect. They're in a macro, and that'll be it. Turn the microphone on first. All right. Okay, so we have about 5 minutes until I get back online. I just don't. Better to just give it some time. Um, I don't want to have a. I mean, Friday was not really a bad day. It was just kind of me anticipating the move and jumping in before the macro even started. So that's a lack of discipline, in my opinion. 3 more minutes. Let's look at the 15-minute once again, because the 1 hour. Well, the 1 hour has an immediate rebalance after this down move. Left a tiny little gap here, but I do still expect price to come down here and sweep these lows, because again we do have relative equal lows down here. Actually, let's set those up right now. Actually, relative equal lows. Same thing here. All of these lows are relatively equal, so I'll just leave those there. Uh, yeah, let's do it. What? Oh, okay. So relative equal lows. I have about 3 more minutes before the macro starts. about one more minute, then I'll just get online, see where we are. All right, let's go ahead and connect. We should have something now. Let's see what YM is doing. All right, so we have continuation to the high, 15-minute here. We don't have SMT at the highs. Now, granted, like I said, I am looking for a short because we do have a sell model here on the 5 minutes. Since we took out this previous day high up here, so now I'm just watching price, and ideally I would like to see price close below here. Same thing here. I want to see price close right here. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Let's go ahead and take this out. All right, so let's see. So maybe we sweep one more time. And maybe we sweep one more time because again we are in a 5 minute gap here, but I am watching this order block right here as well as this candle right here. Ideally what I would like to see is I would like to see some sort of displacement, a close below this area here, we do have a gap here. All right, so I think I'm going to take an early shot here. Actually no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait it out. Yep, I'm going to wait it out. Because that 5 minute could still close above it. I want to wait until I want to wait until this candle closes above. I mean closes below, which should be in about 1 minute. Thirty more seconds. And I'll take my shot. So I'm starting to like NQ. just a little more. I would like for a quick draw back into this area. My stop will be if we start closing above. I had one here. The last ad will be above consequent encroachment. And my draw on liquidity is this low down here. You have these gaps up here. So we'll see. Take my first one down here at 56.25. All right, so I was trying to add another one, but looks like I didn't get it. So looks like the first one's going to be about 50 points. Beautiful. Nice. And then my last one's going to be here at 28.50. Okay. And that'll be it. We did not sweep these lows here. We could quite possibly come back up to get back up here, but ideally I would not like to see price close above, maybe wick above it. That's fine. Um, this is a good setup on the 5 minute. As you can see here, price closed below here, draw lower. Almost there. All right, I'm done. So that one ended up being 100 points. So I got my daily what's the word? I got my daily goal, which is 50 points on 3 contracts. The the first contract was 50 points. The second contract was 100 points. So 3 contracts, 50 points. I'm good with that. So I'll call it a day. I'm not looking to trade anymore because because now I don't know how lower price will go. Will it go down to these lows? Maybe. And if it does, I want to get long here, right? So I am gonna leave an alert. It sucks that I wasn't able to get long here, but I do believe that again, inside candle, draw higher maybe, or do we continue displacing lower through here? Uh, so yeah, that's it. That's it for the day. And that um, that trade only took what, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. So pretty easy day today. Yeah, very easy day. So yeah, if price is going to continue to draw higher, then for some reason I don't expect this high to get fully filled. If it does, then that's good. If it doesn't, then that's good too. Because again, I want to get long up here. I just don't feel comfortable getting long here. We do have SMT at these lows, obviously, but that's why I'm skeptical in holding any contract for anything lower than this area here. Maybe we do fill this gap. Who knows? I'm not sure. But aside from that, I'm pretty much done for the day. Again, sell side swept first, then buy side swept. Where is it? Right. Then buy side swept. Now we get that draw lower. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So I'll see you tomorrow. Let's take a look at what the 15-minute looked like. Yeah, I guess if anything, I will be watching to see how the 15-minute closes. Um, but yeah, this is exactly like this trade right here. Where is it? Yeah, like ES. So today on ES, price did not sweep this low, but this time it actually did. Got short right here, covered it to this low. Now it might, who knows, it might retrace back into 50% of the range and then come back and take these lows down here, right? Same thing here. Here it did not sweep this low, but this time it was on ES. So now it retraces back into 50%. Once it retraces back into 50%, what does it do? Does it reject, come down and take this low, or does it reverse right here and then continue drawing higher? So we do have FOMC minutes tomorrow at 1400, but I'm not going to be trading that. I'm probably most likely going to trade in the morning and then just call it a day. Today I had a pretty good day. Comfortable with that. Quick and easy. I don't want to give any of that back. So the only way I look to trade is if we come down to these lows here. If we come down to these lows, then I'll look to trade back in 50% of the range. If there isn't structure, then no entry, no trade. But yeah, that's pretty much it today. I'll see you tomorrow.